Hey, this podcast is sponsored by our personal finance courses. So if you have problems with mastering your money and you need help, go down below and learn how to master your money. And this is a plan that anyone of any income level can follow. It is simple and easy to follow for any income level and any situation, and it's very straight to the point. And if you want to learn how to make money online, go down below as well. And we'll see you in future episodes. Should I pay off my student loans? Hello all. My wife and I have $110,000 in student loans to pay off. If we were to pay it 100% aggressively, it would take us 3 years. If not, we would make minimum payments. We're expecting maybe up to $1,000 total per month, and we make $130,000 per year and invest the rest of our extra money. Update, the interest rates are 4.5 to 6% and all are either sub or unsub federal loans. 100% payment would be $3,100 per month. Or $1,000 to student loans, $2,100 per month to investing in low-cost, high-return, dividend-paying index fund ETFs. So the question, which would you personally do in this situation and why? Which one would probably net the most money in the end, probably 30 years to retirement? So the answer, and we're going to make this in a very simple way because I'm not going to factor in taxes because that varies so much. But think about this. Someone in this situation is only putting just over $30,000 pretty much per year towards their debt when they make over $100,000, well, technically $130,000 per year. So that's really sad, right? Let's get that right out in the open. That's sad. That is you basically not going hard against your debt. So the best route is to pay off the student loans in not 3 years, but in 2 years, because $30,000 per year while you're making $130,000 is sad. And honestly, it's just depressing. Like, it's very disappointing as well, right? There's no reason why someone and that kind of making that kind of money should take 3 years to pay off their debt. Yeah, $110,000. That's a lot, okay? That is a lot of debt. But when you pretty much make, well, a little bit more than that per year, you could cut your income basically in half and just toss pretty much everything at it. And this is not including you working any extra side jobs. This is not including you getting any kind of extra money or raises. Like, this is like the bare minimum you should be able to do, about $50,000, right? Really, you should be able to do $55,000 per year for 2 years and pay this thing off, right? So you will also be able to have more in retirement as well, because you can focus on investing a massive amount of money once the debt is paid off. Because once you don't have to pay this debt, once you don't have to decrease your cash flow, you could actually make up the time in a very, very quick manner, right? Because you knock this off in 2 years, then you can go super hard and aggressive when it comes to investing for the next 5 years and have a crazy amount of money invested, like a crazy amount. Yeah, typically investing is a lot better to get started early on, right? Because of the compounding effect. That being said, having debt is always going to drag you down. It's always going to be chains against you. So it's always better to free up the cash flow as much as possible so that you don't got to worry about anything else. You want to just focus on paying off your debt as much as possible. You want to get out of debt before you start going heavy with investing, right? And you don't want to do like wishy-washy stuff where you want to pay some of your debt off and then invest some of your money, right? No, focus on one thing at a time. Get out of debt within 2 years, and then put as much money as you possibly can into investments, because you could easily become a millionaire in a very short amount of time. Like, there's no reason why anyone in this situation making this kind of money, even with this amount of debt, shouldn't be able to get out of it and have probably over 6 figures in investments in the time frame of 5 years. Okay, combined. Like, there's no reason why you can't do that. So feel free to watch more. Check out 40inbox.com to learn how to master your money below. If you want to learn how to make money online, you can check that out below as well. But either way, feel free to share this with someone who is like needing to learn more about like managing their money, because this is the sad thing that a lot of people may not really recognize. But it does not matter how much money somebody makes if they spend all their money, whether it be for like investments or anything else. Like, it doesn't even matter, because you have to have a very strong control over your money. You got to dictate what's actually going to happen to it, and you need to get out of debt. Like, you have to get out of debt, because a lot of people don't even realize how much having a large student loan will affect you when it comes to mortgage, like getting a mortgage on a house, how it's going to affect you trying to really do anything with your finances, right? It's just, I believe even in some cases, in some companies, if there's like any sense of like a clearance level, you may not even be allowed to actually get to that point or promoted to that point, because you're a liability, right? So just keep that in mind. Always do your best to try to figure out a way to pay off your debt, have an emergency fund, and invest your money in that order. You do not want to do some weird half in, half out. A portion of my toe is like behind the door over there. Like, you don't want to be in that situation. Do everything you can so that you can get out of your debt, stop being a slave to the government, and start making your money work for you. Because imagine if you were able to, like, if you were in this situation and you were basically able to toss like $50,000-$60,000 a year every year for the next 10 years, right? And this isn't even including like the compounding nature of investments, right? Like, you could easily become a millionaire, like easily. Like, there's no reason why someone in that situation cannot become a millionaire. And there's a lot of people making a lot less money, doing a lot better financially than this couple here, right? So just keep that in mind. Always have a plan. Always follow the plan. Always do it step by step by step. Because you don't want to go like, you want to start step 0 and then do step 7 and then do step 4 and then do step 2. No, you want to do step 0, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on. Just follow a simple path and a plan and stick to it. Personal finance is not complicated, but you got to actually